guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Betty Ojomosu, and it's so good to have you join me again in this week's video. However, in this week's video, I'm not alone. I've got a guest with me. He's a very interesting personality by name Mohammed Hamzat Abolaji, and we are going to be talking about a lot of fun things today. Hello, Hamzat.
Hi Betsy, thank you for having me.
It's so good to have you. Why are you being not gentle like this? How you are gentle? No one.
Well, I'm just myself, yeah.
Okay, so would you like to introduce yourself to those who might not know you?
Yeah, my name is Mohammed Abalaji Hamza. Mohammed first name, yeah. But if you are taking surname first, Hamza Mohammed Abalaji.
Okay.
Some people know me as Ama, most people actually, and then some people know me as Ama Maxi, some people Super Baby Boy,
Mm.
Maxi, different names.
You did not add Ama the iconic wizard.
Yeah, the iconic wizard.
Maybe we should even start from that. What's the inspiration behind the name Ama the iconic wizard?
Well, wizard has a lot of meaning, let's take it away from the diabolical meaning.
Yeah, yeah.
Wizard, a person that actually like have a depth knowledge about some things or different things or a particular field, and then I just choose it. Like okay, maybe probably because I don't know.
Okay, okay. For those of you who might not know him, Mama did not mention that he's a poet and a writer. We are going to go right into that.
Not really a poet, not
But you
really.
described yourself as a convergent thinker.
Yeah.
So would you like to shed more light on that?
I'll say grievances, pains, emotions, happiness, they actually make a lot of us philosophers.
Hmm.
Okay, so I would say from there, I got, different thoughts come to me, and then,
Which you put into writing. And I must say, you write so well. I mean, going through your profile sometimes, I'm always like, this boy is a writer, he's a writer. So let's go into that now. What is the inspiration behind most of the things that you write and put out there?
well, talking about writing, I'll say I try my best,
You're being humble now.
and then most times, people are actually inspired by things around them,
Hmm.
and then me, I I look at things a lot. I
Hmm.
see things. In fact, I focus on what most people don't see.
Okay.
So I just like, why is this?
Hmm.
Why is this person doing like this? Or why are people like? For example, now this morning I woke up and then I was online and people were bashing some people, and I was like, why is everybody angry? Like, why are we so
Nigerians are
quiet?
naturally
Like,
angry now.
so things like that. I
Okay.
can just like sit down. Okay. Let me talk about anger.
Hmm.
Okay, why are people angry? So
These are some of the things that inspire.
then I can just like get an idea from them.
So how long have you been writing for? Because I see that it's been way coming, but can you remember exactly when you felt like, oh, I could actually get serious with this writing thing?
Well, talking about getting serious, I'm still not serious, but then I can remember far back as 2014,
Okay.
2014, just started writing. Okay, let me say, I started from letter writing. Started from letter
Did
writing.
you ever
Then
write a note to your love interest in secondary school?
mm,
Mm.
a reply, yeah, a reply note, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So then 2015, 2016, I started like stringing different words together because I most of my vocabularies, I don't know, it kind of came naturally
Mm.
due to the books I read. Then I
Okay.
used to read.
How about now? You don't read anymore.
Kind of lazy. Then I used to read, like I was an avid
Avid
reader.
reader. Okay.
So, but majorly 2017, I think I wrote my first that I actually didn't remember the title, what it contained. So going to 2018, just I went into motivational writing. I
Mm.
don't know what led me to that. Probably maybe some life issues.
Okay.
Then time motivation. Then every day I
Mm.
just write different things. Then 2019, I think I started poems.
Mm.
Then I think I wrote the first one, My Dream. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
So
Mm.
that was the very first, My Dream. And then talking about what I want to be, how lazy I'm trying to be, why my dream becomes a pusher for me.
Mm, okay. Now, one thing I noticed about your writings also is that you are someone that's so embedded in culture. Yeah. So, can you now share with us, how you are able to arrive at this point? What are some of the things that have influenced your love for culture? I mean, you do so well with Yoruba, if I do say so myself. So, what are some of those things that have influenced this part of you?
Well, I love the Yoruba language a lot because obviously I'm Yoruba, and then I have a Yoruba poem.
Hmm. Would you like to
Lord,
recite that for us?
okay, that poem.
Okay.
I love the Yoruba a lot, and then the culture is beautiful, and
Okay.
then I feel like okay, most African writers actually infuse culture into their writing, like tradition.
Okay.
But although I think in one of our literature classes, the man said not that the right African writers, not that they actually deliberately infuse Africanity into their writings,
Mm-hmm.
that it just like enters it.
Into
So I
it.
think
Okay.
it's actually the same for me. So
Is
not that it's deliberate.
okay, but
So
you.
that maybe because I'm African, so that cultural distance just enters it.
Oh, okay. That's beautiful, and I must say, I feel envious because I cannot speak the language as much as you can. I mean,
Obviously, but then I feel, since you are very vast in English, so I think without a knowledge of your first language,
mm-hmm.
you can't learn a new language.
Okay.
For example, you can't be good in English without understanding your own language, whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, or
Or
Hausa. So
okay.
same goes for you when you are trying to acquire a new language. If you don't know English properly, it will be difficult to learn
Going to
French.
learn another language.
So that's it.
Don't worry, you're still going to give us some lines in Yoruba language. And now we're going to talk about something a little more important. Now it's about interreligious friendships or relationships. I mean, friendship is a type of relationship anyway. So if I'm
Sure.
saying relationship, it's within the context of friendship. So what's the idea about interreligious, friendships?
Well, let me say this first. To make friends, you have to first of all be friendly. So
Okay.
talking about interreligious friendship, it's natural.
Okay.
Every one of us we are from Adam,
Okay.
and then okay, for example, now I'm a Muslim. I have Christian friends. I don't know whether I have Jew friends, but then I have Christian friends,
Okay.
and then there's this book I have at home titled "Relating with Muslims and Non-Muslims."
Okay.
In fact, I recommend anyone who is a Muslim should actually read that book
Okay.
because you can't say okay because I'm a Muslim I want
You
to have
won't
friends
in
with. You can't live this life alone.
alone.
That's obvious, and then there'll be times you find yourself in a strange place that you don't have your religious brothers, like people that you
You
have
have the
same
same
religion.
religion,
So you have to. In fact, I have my one and only hard copy English Quran
yeah.
was given to me by a Christian. He's Catholic.
Wow. Wow.
Shout out see. So he's Catholic. So he gave me my first hard copy English Quran. In fact, that's the only English
English
Quran
Quran
I
that you
have.
have. Yeah.
So now imagine, like he knows the kind of so if
Okay.
that is my best friend from secondary school.
Wow.
We still talk to today, even like depending with the kind of situation that's on, we still talk.
Okay.
So interreligious friendship is something that is just natural.
Okay.
You have to like make friends so far they align with your
Your
values.
values.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now that's quite very interesting. So definitely there will always be differences. I mean, how have you, from the way you have spoken, it shows that you've actually related with quite a number of Christian friends. So at times where there are differences, say in opinions or perspectives, how do you handle that, or how have you been able to handle that over the years?
Let me say differences in perspective may actually bring out arguments, and then I'm this kind of person that in any argument I do not argue with the intentions like make my opinion superior.
Okay.
It's just like, okay, this is my view. Do you understand? This is your
Okay.
view. Do I understand? So let everyone sees from a different
Perspective,
angle.
yeah.
So that is just it. And then you can't, I don't know, you can't impose on people. Even
Hmm.
my most of my Christian friends that I have, anytime that it's time for prayer, they are the one that will tell
That
me that
reminds you that, oh, it's
it's
time
time
for
for prayer.
prayer.
Like even when I've totally forgotten, they'll be like, "Show me Kieran." So I'll be like, "Oh, thank you." Then I'll leave. Like, and if I've had a friend waited for me in front of the mosque
Hmm.
till I prayed finish, then we left together. And so if I've waited for a friend at the pavilion, he's Catholic, he went for fellowship. I waited for him
Till it
and
was done.
till he came back.
Wow.
So it's really, really nothing.
Hmm. So have you at any point had to like break out of a friendship because of religious differences?
No. And I don't think so.
Okay. That's
Because I don't know why when we talk about friendship, in fact you might even be friends with someone that is pagan, at least a Christian still believes in God.
yeah.
You can even be friends with someone that is pagan. It's just to know boundaries.
Yeah.
Why should
Okay.
I, like for example, me and OC we've been together since like entrance exam into GSS 1.
Hmm. That's quite a while.
So that's like more than 10 years ago.
Hmm.
So why should I say, okay, I want to break off a friendship of more than 10 years? To me, some people say I outgrow friendship. To me, it's just the person being a bad person.
Hmm.
You
Okay.
don't outgrow friends. You might decide that, okay, I don't want to be friends with this person anymore. You have your reasons, but like friendship is just mutual love. Yeah, let me say love.
Hmm.
So
So what would you say people can do differently to actually ensure that they are able to tolerate one another's religious differences?
well, number one is be friends with people that have good family values.
Okay.
Like some families, they do tell their children, don't move with this person, and this person is this, don't move with this person, don't move with this person of, don't move with a sect like this, don't move with a sect like this. For example, in Islam, we have up to about 73 sects.
Wow. That's quite a number.
Some people do not believe that Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet. We don't have to like beat them for it. We just have to tell them that this thing you're saying is actually not good. Don't say that. Just like is different.
Hmm.
It's different. So number one, be friends with people that have good family values. Number two, being tolerant.
Okay.
Like there is this saying, live and let live.
Hmm.
Let people do their own, do
You
your
to do
own.
your
To
own.
you is you, to them is theirs. So you don't have to like make a compulsion that, okay, this person, because this person is not doing what I'm doing, we die there. No, you don't have to do all that. So number one, friends with people that have good family values. Two, be tolerant yourself, and three, be a good person yourself.
Hmm.
When you are a good person, good people will actually like align to your side. Like good people meet good people.
Okay.
Though there are exceptions to it,
Exceptions, yeah.
but then good people will always meet good people. So when you are good yourself, you will meet people that won't give you any problem. But because most people, or don't let me say, well, I can say most, generalization. So most people are actually vile. People are evil,
Hmm.
and then their their belief, or let me say their value, is what is driving them
Hmm.
to making such decisions, like segregating, degrading, all those stuff.
All right. Thank you so much. However, now before we go on, what's the future for your writing? Because I know you write so well. It's no news that you write well. In fact, I'll probably be sharing some of your writings on the screen for people to see. But what's the future for you? Do you think you're going to go on that path, professionally, or you're just going to continue doing it as something for fun?
I don't know, but even most of the writers that we're studying as okay, for example, my field of study in literature, most of the writers we're studying, most of them didn't write for people to actually study them.
Okay.
Some people, for example, someone like John Keats now, his poems are for fun, or let me say for his own personal view,
Okay.
just individualism. So, but after his death, the works got published and then everyone started. So I don't know whether I will venture full time into, but then I used to make a joke that all these lecturers that are selling books for us, their children will actually buy my book because when I start writing,
You will make
when
them
I,
go through the stress that
when
those
I
people
start
are making.
writing my own, all the rubbish that your parents are writing for us, me so I'll write my own and you people will pay. So, but then I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I might decide tomorrow. Though I'm trying to like venture into other types of writing, for example, copywriting, for example.
Okay.
I'm trying to like venture into that aspect. Then short stories, and then probably playwriting.
Hmm.
If I succeed, though I don't know.
Definitely you will succeed. Don't worry. You have said it, it will come to pass. What do you do for fun? Lastly, before we call it a wrap, what do you do for fun?
Well, I'll say I pray. One,
Okay.
I eat. Yeah,
What's your favorite food?
just give me amala and
Begiri. You don't like
well,
begiri?
I can do with it, but then
Amala.
amala, yeah, like that's. In fact, food interests me a lot.
Mm.
Amala, then give me like hot smoky jollof. Yeah,
Wow. It's smoky for me. All right, Abba, thank you so much for joining me in this week's video. I'm so happy and I'm glad that you actually have shared with us words of wisdom. We really appreciate you.
my pleasure.
Thank you so much. There you have it, guys. I do hope you enjoyed watching this interview. Do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on all that we have discussed. Until next week, do not forget to like this video, share, and also subscribe to the channel if you are yet to. Until then, bye bye.